we have a fair amount of MCU projects that are on the chopping block. Eternals 2, potentially, could be turned into something else. Ant-Man 4, getting the chop. And then Captain Marvel is reportedly, Captain Marvel 3 reportedly is not happening. So, Spider Brando, my question for you and everyone who's watching live with the Point 3 podcasts, we appreciate you. Is this a mistake? Is it a mistake to not give us an Eternals 2? Is it a mistake to not have an Ant-Man 4? Would it be a mistake not to have a Captain Marvel 3?
Say for the latter two, it's not a mistake. I feel like Ant-Man's next story could be finished up in like another Avengers movie. He's used to being in and out team project stuff. And same thing for Captain Marvel. I don't think the rest of her story deserves a full feature-length film. They barely even gave her a full feature-length film in the second one. And that was with 2 other characters.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with those 2 not happening, but Eternals 2, I would be disappointed. Unless they have a main role in their next whatever project they pop up in. So I'd like to see more of their team and more of what they set up from the first movie that I forgot most things that happened in because it's been so long since they've ever been referenced. But
yeah,
that I feel like proves the point even more that their project should happen because we still need to see where they go. And one project within like 5-6 years and then just get thrown into someone else's project. Don't really sit right too much.
Yeah, I agree. Rome's, he's saying Captain Marvel could have Thor Ragnarok or turn into a Marvel's movie instead. Ant-Man's done after the last one unless it goes back to basics. I think that's kind of what we discussed last week when we were kind of touching on some of these future projects. I know that we want to see where Eternals goes. And I think Eternals could at least continue to expand on the universal side, the cosmic side of the MCU. Ant-Man 4, I don't love the entire Ant-Man crew. Would I like to see Ant-Man and Wasp again? Sure, but do I need to see Hank and Janet? And no, like the Quantum Realm.
Janet after the last movie, she pissed me off.
Heck yeah. She's like, oh, by the way, I didn't tell you that there's this really bad guy somewhere, but I was just doing him, so I didn't want to say anything. It's like, yeah, okay, well, you just potentially costed, the multiverse its chance, but sure. No, Ant-Man should not get his own movie back. Eternals, yes. Captain Marvel, I'm on the fence about Captain Marvel. And the only reason why I'm on the fence about Captain Marvel is I think that there could be a play if she goes and she tries to chase down Monica. That's my only thing, is if they kind of take that story and it's not necessarily focused on Captain Marvel in a way, but the Marvels 2 or something like that. I think that would be fine.
I would be fine with.
I'd be down for that.
Even if it's just her, like, pretty much training up Miss Marvel, I would like that. I meant mainly as like a pure, like, just Brie Larson, Captain Marvel only solo movie, or like 3.
No, but at the same time, I think that's kind of done for the MCU. I think that they're at a point now where solo films shouldn't be solo films. They should be hardcore crossovers. And you should have 3 to 4 heroes and kind of have your core villains in these shows and movies. We're going to get to the deep dive here in just a second and kind of touch on a little bit more about MCU villains. But first, before we do that, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider reportedly will not return to the MCU as Ghost Rider. Spider Brando question, who would you like to see casted as Ghost Rider in the MCU?
Nicolas Cage. Nah.
Wow. Oh, dude.
Nah. I would like to see Nicolas Cage as come back as Ghost Rider, just for some fan service stuff. But as like pure Ghost Rider, I don't know, man. I've been seeing a lot of Ryan Gosling rumors recently, and I don't know how to feel about that. I kinda like it, but kinda don't like it at the same time.
Depends on the story that they tell with him.
Yeah.
But. I don't foresee Ghost Rider ever having a solo movie. And for that reason, I think that they should pull someone that's much more grittier, that falls into that Son of Anarchy type role.
Oh yeah.
I love like a Charlie Hunnam. For him, he was always kind of like my go-to.
Cool.
But
Charlie, that would be cool.
I don't think it really matters too much of who they cast
I feel
long
like they
term.
should go just someone that's not famous for once, or not like not famous, but like an underdog type person. Like they don't need a star caliber person for Ghost
Yeah.
Rider. Just the name Ghost Rider is gonna sell on its own.
Yeah. Rome says he wants to see Danny Ketch. He has better villains and storylines, and just keep Nick as Johnny and make it a buddy cop road movie. Ooh. Okay.
Interesting.
Dill, maybe on the same wavelength here. 0.3 certified.
That's
Charlie Hunnam for Ghost Rider. Here's the only other thing I'll say about this. Ghost Rider is a character that I feel like may not benefit from overexposure from the human aspect of things. I don't think at this point a solo film would do him justice. I think he needs to be included in some things, especially if they kind of go the Midnight Suns route. Put him in a Moon Knight, put him in a Blade, something along those lines, and have him kind of be that roadie to an Iron Man type of character first. But he just seems to be badass, like plain and simple. Whoever's casted, whatever they do, is just make him badass, have him have his moments, and a lot of his moments are going to be VFX and CGI and all that kind of stuff anyways. If they did practical effects, I mean, God, for Ghost, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's where we're at today in the MCU. Get him in there as quickly as you can for good spurts. But I'd be okay if they didn't cast a new Ghost Rider and we just got a legacy version for Nick Cage. I still think that'd be cool, even though the second one was bought. But
well, they could always just retcon it and be like, oh yeah, he was the character, but like that movie doesn't exist. Power of the multiverse, baby.